Hello, today I'm going to be swatching out my pink and purple watercolours. I've previously done the turquoises and the blues, so if you've seen those videos I'm going to be sticking to a similar format to that. As you can see, I've got out all of my paint palettes which contain pinks and purples, and I'm going to be making neater versions of these trial swatch sheets that I did. I'll be reordering them a bit better than that and switching some around. So I've chopped up all my rough swatch squares and tried to put them into an order that I like, but it's actually really hard to do. Especially these violets here. They could easily be classed as purples or pinks, so I've just had to make a decision and go for it. Okay, so I'm going to paint out a row and speed it up, and then show you the names and the paints up close in real time. So for the first row, first off we've got Szmal's Shadow Violet. Then Daniel Smith's Moonglow. Then Schmincke's Tundra Violet. Then Szmal's Misty Morning. So these are all our really grey purples. You can see they're already beginning to granulate. They're just beautiful. I was sad to find out that Daniel Smith's Moonglow isn't very lightfast. But it's not dissimilar from Szmal's Shadow Violet, which I think uses different pigments, so hopefully we'll be alright with Shadow Violet. And Schmincke's Tundra Violet. Szmal's Misty Morning. Okay, so next we've got Gallo's Watercolours, Szmal's Mineral Violet, Sennelier's Dioxazine Purple, and then finally we've got Gallo's Tyrian Purple. Okay, the next row. Okay, so we've got Szmal's Manganese Violet, Szmal's Quinacridone Violet, and Szmal's Ultramarine Pink. Oops. And Holbein's Lilac and Winsor & Newton's cobalt violet. And arguably some of these could have gone in the pink category. Yeah, we'll see. So we've got Roman Szmal manganese violet, Roman Szmal's quinacridone violet, oops, sorry, one more. Roman Szmal's ultramarine pink, Holbein lilac, and Winsor & Newton's cobalt violet. Okay, and in the last line we've got these kind of greyy, purpley pinks, really. And the first is Rembrandt's Dusk Pink. And then we've got Schmincke's Tundra Pink. And then Schmincke's Haze Pink. Right, we'll let these dry and then I'll add the pigment and lightfast information and then we'll take a closer look at them. Okay, now to the pinks. Though arguably this first row could be classed as purples. Okay, so for this first row, I've got Daniel Smith, Rose of Ultramarine, and Sennelier's Permanent Magenta, and Daniel Smith's Mayan Violet, and Gallo's quinacridone Magenta, and then Roman Szmal's Magenta. Okay, so for this row, we've got Daniel Smith's quinacridone Rose, Winsor & Newton's Permanent Rose, Winsor & Newton's Opera Rose, and Holbein's, sorry I can't read my own writing, Holbein's Bright Rose. Rightio. Okay, so we've got Daniel Smith's Sorry about that. Daniel Smith's Naphthalmide Maroon. This is Winsor and Newton's Potter's Pink. Then we've got Roman Schmal's Potter's Pink. This is Daniel Smith's Red Fuchsite. Genuine. And then we've got Schmincke's Galaxy Pink. Right, and for our last row we've got the paler pinks. Okay, on our last row we've got A. Gallo's Pietra Rose. Then we've got Daniel Smith's Duochrome Hibiscus. Then we've got Holbein's Brilliant Pink and Holbein's Shell Pink. So I'll let those dry and then we'll take a look at those as well. Okay, so now the purples are dry, let's take a look at them. We've got these gorgeous purpley grey granulating colours on the top row. Kimberly Crick has a really interesting blog post on fugitive colours, and she says that the pigment PR 177 does fade over time, whereas Daniel Smith has Moonglow down as a 1, which seems to not be the case. The rest of the purples are all well, an assortment of different lightfast ratings, but that's the main one that I could find where the light rating doesn't match what seems to be the case. Oh, one other point actually, with the Moonglow, I think that Roman Schmal do an even more similar colour than the Shadow Violet, called Prisby's Grey, but that has the PR 177 pigment in it too. So even though it's a really nice colour, I didn't buy it for that reason. And I looked up how to say the name, and there are a couple of different opinions on how it's pronounced. So there was Prisby's Grey, but also Shabesh Grey. So apologies if I'm saying it wrong. Kimberly Crick also says that the cobalt violet is prone to fading, but not from ultraviolet influence, but more from heat and humidity, which I don't think in the UK is probably going to be as much of a problem. When it comes to favourites and things, I'm not the biggest fan on this kind of what I'd call like true purple shade, which is why I don't have many of them. But I think all of these like bluer or pinker tones of purple are absolutely gorgeous. I find it really interesting though that even with all of these, no two are anywhere near the same as each other, which is great. Let's take a look at the pinks. Okay, so the top row we've got these violet and magenta colours. Mine violet, I think it's even less light fast when it's diluted, but the others are all given quite good light fast ratings. We've got the bright pinks. Obviously the Opera Rose and Bright Rose don't have high light fast ratings. So there we go, that's all about my pinks and purples. I hope that might be useful to you if you're trying to choose what colours you want to get for yourself. I don't think we've got any complete duplicates there. The two Potter's pinks are quite similar, but I'd say that the Winsor & Newton Potter's pink is ever so slightly browner, with the Roman Szmal Potter's pink being a little bit pinker. Okay then, thanks ever so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.